Hey amigas, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you have not yet, be sure to subscribe. You can also hit the notification bell down below so you guys can get notified every single time I upload a new video. Amigas, in this video, I am doing a full face of concealers. Now, I know a lot of people have been trying out this method, but I've actually been doing it for quite some time. It's literally a routine cuando ando en chinga and I'm just on the go and I want to hurry up and finish. And I don't want my face to look all cakey, but I want to look a little well put together. And as you can see, this is the outcome. This is exactly what I'm going to be showing you guys, how to get a complexion to look like this just using concealer. I did break it down step by step and I got into all kinds of details so you guys are able to join me along for the fun. So if you want to run and grab all your products, if you don't know what you're using, wait for the video to begin and I will tell you exactly what you need. Okay, pues, y'all ready? Let's get to it. Tell me why I already had recorded this video, like it was nearly done. And then I looked down and I realized that my microphone was off. I did a full-blown tutorial with no audio, amigas. Who does that? Anyway, here we are. Take two. Let's do this. So I got my little headband on and I did do my brows because we are not doing a brow routine today. They're nice and filled in. So before putting on any kind of makeup, I do like to go in with some SPF, aka sunscreen. This is the one that I'm going to be using today, and honestly it's like my go-to for an everyday basis. It's from La Roche-Posay and it is called the Anthelios Light Fluid Sunscreen. So it is a blendable tint with a matte finish. I mean, on me, honestly, because I'm oily, it doesn't look as matte. I'm going to begin to apply some just like that all over my face. And I like this tinted sunscreen because it gives me like a nice little even tone all over my face, so I don't have to use any kind of foundation, and meanwhile it protects my skin from the sun. And then you could definitely use your hands for blending this all into your skin, and honestly it looks flawless. But I have this thing, I don't like foundation or any creamy products like that have pigment on it on the palm of my hands. I'll use the back for like placing products, but just the hand, I don't know, it just freaks me out. So I'm going in with a sponge and I'm gonna just tap that into my skin. It doesn't have crazy pigment, like it's not a foundation type of tint. It's just like something to even out your skin tone. Y si me puso un chingo, amigas. It even says so on the package. Apply generously all over your face so you can get the maximum coverage protection from the sun. And it does say like wait 15 minutes before sun exposure. I don't know why that is, but those are the rules and I don't make them up. Okay, we're gonna let that sit for about 30 to 45 seconds. Let it dry, let it get into your skin, and then we can apply the makeup. For this routine, you are gonna need 3 different shades of concealers, and these are mine right here. You need something to brighten, something to contour, and something to fill in. These are the 3 concealers that I'm gonna be using today. 2 of them are from Cappuccino, and this one in the bottom is from Frankie Rose. So the shades that I got are Buff, and I did get Cappuccino, and the one from Frankie Rose is called Truffle. Now before I do the complexion, I like to start off with the brows. As you can see, they're nicely filled in, but we do gotta sculpt them. I'm gonna begin with a concealer that is a little bit lighter than my skin tone. So this one's called Buff from Cappuccino, and I'm gonna place them in the back of my hand. Notice that I'm gonna be doing this with all of the concealers minus one step. I feel like this gives me a lot of control over how much product I do actually like put on my face. As far as the brush that I like to use to carve out my brows is this one. It's an angled brush and it is from Be Bella Cosmetics. So I'm gonna dip it in lightly like this. Just tap it and then begin to carve out the bottom part of your brows. By the way, this is the first time that I use a concealer from Cappuccino, and honestly, it's supposed to be like a medium to full coverage, and that is exactly what it's giving. I like the formula so far. It's very lightweight. And along with the concealers, they did send me a big old cajota full of makeup, amigas. I literally have enough to do a full face. So let me know down in the comment section below if you guys want to see a full face of JCat Beauty. Now notice that I didn't drag the concealer all the way down on me, guys, and that is because my concealer creases very easily when I put it inside of my lid area. So I mean, do what you want, girl, but I'm just telling you that for me it creases, and this is how I avoid the creasing. I basically wait and do it last. Now for the brush, girl, I love this brush. It's my favorite concealer brush. I use it like crazy. I literally have like 5 of them. So this one is from Frankie Rose, and it is a concealer 9-1 brush, and I'm basically just gonna tap everything into place. And I said tap it, not swipe it, okay? So don't be dragging your concealer everywhere. Now let's do the top part of the brow. I like to go in with something that is closest to my shade. And I'm gonna use the shade Cappuccino from JCat Beauty and put it in the back of my hand. And don't worry, if you have some extra, I'm going to use that later anyway to brighten up the other areas. So I'm going to place that right there. I'm going to use the same brush and go right in there. I like to start off in the tail part of my brow, because that's what I want the sharpest and the most amount of concealer. Just like that. Oh, that's literally like my shade. You know, with the extra remaining on the brush, that's what you want to drag into the front. You know what's one thing that I've learned over the years of doing makeup on social media is that when it comes to especially your complexion, less is definitely more. I used to put on so much foundation, concealer, and I thought the more you put on, the more it'll hide and the better it'll look. No, girl, it's makeup. It's not invisible. If you have something on your face, it's gonna look like you have something on your face. So it's not about the amount of makeup you put, it's the placement, girl. Now that we got the brows all sculpted, we can put on the concealers on our complexion. So I know you're so tempted to start off with the under eye area, but like I said, those are the parts right here, right here. Those are the areas that crease the fastest. So I like to leave them for last. I'm going to go in with my contour shade first. Like I said, Frankie Rose in the shade Truffle. I'm going to place it on the back of my hand as well. How you apply it onto your skin is going to be completely up to you. If you want more of a natural lightweight finish, you want to go in with a damp sponge. Or if you want more of that full coverage look, you want to go in with a brush. And girl, you already know me. I love that full coverage look. So I'm going to be using my Frankie Rose foundation brush. I'm going to tap it right on the contour shade that I apply on the back of my hand. And just place it in those areas that you typically contour. Now I know this feels weird because you don't have foundation. You don't have anything. Just pretend you have foundation on, okay? And then when it comes to the jaw, just make sure you place it underneath, girl. I know there's a lot of people that like to place it like right in this area. To me personally, I think that looks crazy. Like it's visible, girl. I can see that harsh line right there. So I like to leave it right underneath where you naturally cast a shadow and just kind of swipe it and bring it all the way, girl. And when I mean all the way, like tap your ear, girl. Make sure you bring it all the way up. That will make it look like it's an infinite shadow rather than like it cutting off right here. We're also going to do the nose contour while we're at it. So for that, I am going to use another Frankie Rose brush. This is my go-to when it comes to nose contouring because the way that it's shaped, like it's also a blending brush, so it's an eyeshadow brush, but I just like the shape of it and the blendability it has to it. It is called the shade 61 brush, and I'm going to tap it onto my contour on the back of my hand like this, just a little bit, okay? No te pases. And begin to apply it however you like to contour your nose. Remember, we have different shapes, different sizes, the noses. So some people have them long and narrow. Some have a chubbier nose, a wider nose, thicker nose. It don't matter, girl. You contour that nose however you feel suits your face. As for me, I just like to place it all around like this. And then I tap some on the bottom because I do have like a circular nose, and I kind of like to like not spread it off, but you know what I mean, flatten it down, and then just blend it upwards into your brows. It just kind of makes it look a lot more natural. Now I'm going back in with that Cappuccino shade, which is the one that is closest to my skin tone, and I'm gonna fill in those areas in between my contour, not the brightening areas, but for example right here, you see how I placed that contour right here and in my jawline? I'm gonna place this one right in between, right here, right all around here. And I'm going to pretend I have a little bit of brightener already on the center right here in between my brows. And I'm just gonna tap it right there. I just kind of want to give it like a little ombre effect from the contour to the medium tone to the brighter tone. Same thing right here on the high points of my cheek, right in between where the brightener is gonna go, the contour. I'm gonna place this one. I like to call this the filler shade. Now I'm gonna go in with a concealer brush, not the foundation brush, and that is because I like to take my sweet time, making sure I get every single spot of my face and just tapping it into place. I don't want to swipe it. When you swipe it, you're moving the product. And when you tap it, you're actually placing it. And I want to keep that full on coverage, girl. I mean, if you think about it, this is basically foundation. I'm just not adding more product on top. We're going to get into the brightening, okay? But before you apply that, get your setting powder ready. You can use a pressed powder foundation or a loose setting powder, whatever you like. I'm going to go in with a one size setting powder in translucent. I'm going to put some on the cap, just a little bit. I'm going to use my Amazon puff and I'm going to tap onto it. And when you see it like this, what I'm going to do is roll it. I'm trying to find a place that I don't have concealer, but I'm just going to like roll it on the back of my hand. And this kind of softens up the translucent powder so there's not a harsh line. Then I'm going to keep it like that, okay? Don't do nothing. Place it upside down and just have it ready to go. This is how I avoid creasing. I mean, I don't know how anybody else does it, but I felt like this works the best for me. So when you place your brightening concealer, you want to make sure that you set it immediately. Like, don't put it all over your face and wait for everything to dry. No, girl, one step at a time. So let's apply the shade right there. Do not put it on the other one. Just wait, girl. Wait a little bit. Then we're going to blend that in right here. And do not open your eye. Keep looking down. Grab that setting powder that you have on that sponge and lightly set that eye just like that. You can go all the way up to your brow if you want. You ain't gonna do anything. And bam, girl, she is secure. Look, you can see the immediate difference, okay? Because this one has concealer and it's already creasing, like the leftover concealer from the top. And this one, no creasing. I know this takes up a little bit more time than usual. Like, it's easier putting it all over your face and then setting. Pero girl, believe me when I say this, like, I do not see one single crease on my eyes throughout the day. Now I'm going back in with some more powder. Same thing, roll it on the back of your hand. But this time I'm going to have enough to fill in my whole like under eye area. And it's okay if you like bring it all the way out, because you're going to set the rest of your face anyway. Step by step, amigas. Put it only where you need it. No te pases. Only a little bit. Like, only a little bit. And I know it's hard, but put your mirror on the side, girl. Trust me, this works. Keep facing forward and look to the side or look up, look away, whatever you got to do, but just keep that eye open. Typically, I'll have the mirror like right in front of my face, pero I don't want to block you guys because I want you guys to see exactly what I'm doing. But once you're done blending that in, you're going to take your puffer with the powder y luego immediately set it. If it's a little wet, let it dry a little bit and then set. I did notice with this concealer, it does dry down a lot quicker, which I ain't mad at. Honestly, a lot of people don't like fast settling concealers, but I actually prefer it. Just look at that under eye, girl. It looks so freaking good. It looks flawless. I'm going in with the brightening shade and I'm putting it right in between my brows. Blending it in and going down in the center of my nose. And now I'm going to grab a bunch of powder because I'm going to set the rest of my face. Now you could definitely leave it at this step, but if you are a baker, aka you like to cake up and bake up your face, you can definitely do it after doing this light coating of setting powder. For me, I'm going to leave it at that because I actually like the way it's looking. Now, before you go on any further, girl, bust out your setting mist. I like to use this one from LYS Beauty. This one is called Natural Finish Skin Loyalty, and literally that is exactly what it is. I love the way my complexion looks like with this setting spray. Not only that, but I love the shape. The packaging is cute, and it's a jumbo-ass setting spray. So I'm going to spray my whole face. And just let it dry down. You see how pretty that looks? Like it gave me like a natural little glow even though I put on setting powder. Now, if you don't like the glow and you want to keep it all matte, you can go ahead and use the puff that you were using for your setting powder. Don't grab any more. Just go right over those areas. For me, I'm going to leave it like that because I love the way that natural glow looks like. And you wouldn't even have known that I'm not wearing foundation. Now that the complexion's all done, I am gonna do my face off camera real quick and I'll be right back with the final look. Alrighty, amigas, and here we are with the final look. Look at the complexion, girl. Doesn't it look so freaking good? You can't even tell that I do not have foundation on. And to be honest, I feel like this is such a natural match to my neck, to the rest of my body. Looks really good, and in person, honestly, looks flawless. This concealer routine is actually way easier than you think. I just broke it down Barney style basically to give you guys all the full details to explain why and what I do. But now that you guys have this tutorial, be sure to try it out because I think you guys are gonna love it. But we have come down to the end of the video, amigas. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it, and if you did, be sure to give me a big thumbs up. Do not forget to follow me on all my social medias. You guys can find me at Alma Rivera Beauty on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Do not leave my channel before subscribing, girl, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye!